Hello, I'm about to show you around the Abernethy Township that I built. Settlement. I didn't pay much attention to Abernethy Farm while I was playing the game, and I finished the main storyline a long time ago. And of course they're bringing out the DLCs. When they bring out the DLCs, obviously I have to go in and play again, relive my Fallout experience. So Abernethy Farm was a good area because I knew that you could build high here, and I wanted to build skyscrapers. So for what they're worth, I've done a couple. One's an apartment block and one's a museum, so I'll show you those. The reason I'm doing this is because I love building settlements, but I've got no one to show because my friends aren't really into Fallout. Well, they are not into games at all, actually. And if I showed them, they'd just go, "Oh yeah, that's amazing," and they wouldn't be that impressed. So anyway, hopefully my fellow Fallout players will be impressed. Let me know what you think in the comment section. So this is just a store that needs a bit of stocking up. He's just obviously had a big sale, got rid of everything. Weird thing is in Abernethy is that the shopkeepers don't sell me anything. See, I'm pushing talk and he's just not trading with me. It's so weird. So that's the shop here. Just a little apartment up the top. And over here is a trader as well. Another one who doesn't sell to me. Another one who hasn't got that much on the shelves. See, nothing. And he's got quite a nice apartment upstairs as well. Nice by Wasteland standards. There's a little coffee shop. This is the one that people see when they come in the door, the gate rather. So they can stop here and have a cup of coffee and just try and decide how they want to approach Abernethy. Please realise that I do know that this isn't real life, it's just a game. Sometimes the way I talk about it might seem that I don't think that, but I don't. Yeah, so there's the little cafe. I've got a clinic here, the doctor's standing there waiting to cure people of their radiation sickness. And here is Abernethy Apartments. So when I first built these apartments, I didn't really understand how the concrete worked, so some of it's jutting out and I just wanted it to be smooth all the way up, but I suppose I could just lie and say that's how the effect I wanted, but it's not. It looks a little bit wonky, but never mind. First go and all that. I've done better ones since elsewhere. So the apartment block's quite cool because it's got, each flat has got a number. This is number 1 and it's the grottiest. And number 2 is also pretty grotty, no point really in showing you inside. This flat is, hello, nobody home. I'm trying not to move jerkily because I don't want to give anyone motion sickness if anyone's actually watching this, but for the people who can't enough to watch it, yeah, I'll try and go gently. I don't want you to feel sick watching this video. Not from the motion anyway. And flat 5 is here, boring little place, and the best flat of all of course belongs to me, and it's the penthouse. So here it is. I've set it up with everything that things that I've collected in along the way. Magazine racks with all the different magazines in them. Well, not all of them obviously, there's heaps more and they're all spread out around the place, but I've just kept those few here. I use the rug trick to make a double bed, just in case, you never know your luck. And here's my bobblehead collection, all of them. A very proud moment that was when I got my last one. I've also got on the counter, I've put that book, You're Special. That's probably one of the first things you pick up right at the beginning of the game. Speaking about the beginning of the game, I've actually been playing this game for around 6 months. There's just so much to do, and obviously with all the DLC that's been coming out, you just keep getting drawn back to it, don't you? So yeah, kitchen. I thought, well, you may as well have a carrot in your oven. It keeps falling through. But anyway, so the little robot models, which I like, collected along the way, and a few other things. It's quite a cool apartment, huh? Anyway, that's that. And I'll pop down and show you the rest and show you my favourite bit, which is the museum. So I've got a weapon shop here, he doesn't sell to me. I've got an armour shop here, and he also doesn't sell to me. It's got nothing on his shelves because I took it all to put it in the museum on my display racks. Excuse me. And this is where the weapon guy sleeps, and upstairs here is where the armour guy sleeps. So I'm not going to show you because there's no point. You've seen it all before. There's an Abernethy outfitter. Sounds very posh, doesn't it? And here we've got Abernethy apparel. And down here is Clarabelle's. I'm sure you know that Clarabelle was the Brahmin that was here when you first came along, who was just over in that corner there. And when I came to this farm to start building, the raiders attacked and Clarabelle got killed. So I mounted her heads and put them up here, R.I.P. Clarabelle, and built this bar in her honour and named it Clarabelle's. It's a very touching tribute, I'm sure you'll agree. And teeny tiny coffee shop, I thought that was quite cute, so little. I wanted to have the effect of like streets, so I wanted to make you know, like a footpath sort of where you could go between the buildings, and buildings aren't just like around the edges of the town. I wanted them to be in the middle as well, because then it gives you a feeling of a full piece of land that's, yeah, like streets. So I quite like the street light effect here as well. Makes you feel like you're walking down the street, huh? So anyway, there's the fish market, fresh fish every day. I don't believe that, because I've seen these hanging there, same fish for ages. So yeah, that's basically the little town for shopping and the cafe society of Abernethy Township. Up here is not much, just obviously I've got the place for the caravan guys to come, but they all just crowd in there, which is odd. There's a barn and another fenced in area for the replacement Brahmin. Not that anyone can replace Clarabelle. Now I just want to show you my museum. It's pretty weird looking from the outside. I realised when I got up top I'd need more floor space, and so I just built it out like that. It just looks like a mushroom, but never mind. Inside I quite like it. I like the effect on the inside, not necessarily on the outside. So this, look, see, it's quite a popular museum. Everyone comes and has a look. It's just because the people at Abernethy Farm tend to get a little bit lost, don't really know what they're doing, and anyway. So this is the ground floor. That's got the way we were before the attack. So you've got baseball here and things for baseball in the display rack. Homewares that they used to use in the olden days. It's this lady and her fancy TV, well, what would have been fancy in the day. And a postman, magazines for back then. A greaser guy next to the jukebox. It doesn't really fit because the jukebox isn't playing rock and roll. As you know, it plays classical music, but never mind, the classical music goes quite nice in the museum. And I've also got the Silver Shroud here with his very cool posters behind him. And that's just what is on each floor. Creatures of the Wasteland Portrait Gallery, robotics armour display, rooftop bar and viewing platform. So up on this floor we've got Creatures of the Wasteland, and I really like the red roach. I think it looks very cool displayed like that. I think that the red scorpion is just horrible. It doesn't look like anything, just a big chunk of granite with something hanging off it. I haven't finished my collection yet, but I'm getting there. It's quite cool, the Institute gorilla. I didn't think I'd be able to make one because I blew up the Institute and I hadn't killed any gorillas, so I didn't have any gorilla meat. But I went to one of the plains, I can't remember which one, but there's not that many, so if you need gorilla meat to do it, there's a plain, and it had on the bottom, it had a big chunk of gorilla meat just sitting there, so I grabbed it and I was able to make a gorilla, do a mounted gorilla, so that was quite cool. And I have to say, I've never ever killed a domestic dog, not in this game and not in real life. Of course I've killed a lot of mutant hounds and a lot of mongrels, so that's And over here obviously you've got the Mylurks, because there's more mounted Mylurk stuff than any other creatures, so they've got their own little area. And the Deathclaw hand. Why is it called a hand? I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. Should it be called a paw? And we've got a gunner here, so this is the human element firepower. Dangers of the Wastelands, so different guns here. And I've also started a collection of creative weaponry here with different things like the Super Sledge and the Ripper and the bladed grey swatter, just weapons that are made out of other things, which I think are quite cool. So, and the Raider, evil Raider. So upstairs is the boring part, which is just the portrait gallery. Probably could have done without it, but it kind of feels a little bit like it belongs, I suppose. Some people might want to sit down and think of olden times and the people that we painted in these pictures. And this up here is my favourite floor. This is where the power arm is displayed. The robot workbench is here, so I can make robots and make them stay up here as much as possible, because they're part of the display. So I just put this tree up here and made her, assigned her to it, so she stays up here, doesn't wander off. And here, this is me being very clever. Armour from near and far harbour. So I've got armour from all over the place here on display. Not full sets yet, getting there. And then I've also got the Mechanist armour as well, which is quite cool. A bit goofy, but anyway, I think it's nicely made, because you can see the stitches. It's very cool. Yeah, and power armour, I want to collect as much power armour and leave it up here as possible. I like the, just think that the display cases look awesome. This one I got from Far Harbour. And there's a dog helmet on display as well there. So, yeah, this is my favourite floor. And as you can see, that's why I needed the floor space, because there's a lot of stuff to show. So this says, down the bottom it says the way we were, up here it says the way we are. And on the roof, you're probably going to think this is naff, actually. It is kind of naff, but I thought it was a good idea at the time. Up on the roof at the viewing platform we've got where we are. Deep, huh? So yeah, you can see for a long way up here. It's quite cool, isn't it? And Blake Abernethy is no longer working in the fields. He has got himself a bar job. Still grumbles a bit. If anyone's wondering how I managed to get the trees set up without any dirt, it's because I use those squares, those planter things. I use those planter things and planted the trees in there, and then you have to fast travel and come back and then delete the squares. You know what I'm talking about, eh? Those things that have got dirt in them, the planters. Yeah, and deleted the planters and the tree stayed. But I think it only works if you fast travel away and then come back again. I could be wrong, but it seemed to be the only time it worked for me. So yeah, so this is the rooftop bar that nobody's at, but never mind. It's one of those best kept secrets. And that's it. That's my Abernethy Township. I hope you've enjoyed the tour. And oh good God.
Actually, I'll be back later.
The robots are a bit needy, have you found? Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed it, and I would love it if you made comments and let me know what you think. If you think that I could have done something better, or yeah, if you think I could have done something better, I don't mind being told that. I can handle constructive criticism. I hope you like it.